Most of the time, the commands that you learned so far are all you're really going to need to deal with basic branching and merging. However, there are some additional commands that can help you manage your branches, get more information about them, and then delete them when you're finished with them. So let's take a closer look at how we can manage our branches inside of Git. First thing I'm going to do is just run a git status to kind of see where I'm at. Okay, I'm on the master branch. Remember, we've done this before. If we type in git branch, it'll show us all of the branches that we have and which one is our current branch. So I like that better than doing a git status because it not only shows me what my current branch is, but also other branches that I have available to me. Now, let's say you've been working for a while and you've lost track of who's been merged and who hasn't merged. Maybe you've got add fonts and bug fix. They've both been running for a while. You've done a little bit of changing, but you come back after, say, a long vacation and you're like, man, I don't remember. Did I merge those in or not? Well, you can run the git branch command and pass the argument -- merged to it. When you do that, it's going to show you all of the branches that have already been merged at some point or another. Now, that doesn't mean that currently they've been merged. It just means that at some point they have been merged into the master. So what if you wanted to find out which ones haven't been merged? If you type in git branch -- no - merge, then none of them show up. And the reason none of them show up, they've all been merged. So that's a nice way of sort of filtering out a branch that you may need to merge or maybe even get rid of. Maybe you've merged all the things into your project that you're happy with. You're not going to change anything else, and any of the other branches that are sitting out there are just branches that you need to get rid of. So you could do a no merge and then just sort of delete the ones that you don't need. Speaking of that, maybe we're done with bug fix and maybe we're done with add fonts and we want to go ahead and get rid of those. So there's a really easy way to do that. If I type in git branch -d for delete and type in add fonts, it says it went ahead and deleted it. So it went ahead and removed that branch. That branch doesn't exist anymore. If I tried to check it out, I couldn't anymore. As a matter of fact, if I do git branch, you can see it doesn't list it anymore. Now, sometimes you're going to get a message that you can't delete that branch because it hasn't been merged yet. So let's say I did a bug fix and I made 3 or 4 commits to it. And then by the time I got back, I realized, well, you know what? I didn't need to fix that, or I don't really need those changes. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this branch. If I tried that using the command that we just did, the git branch -d, it would say, no, I'm not going to let you do it because you haven't merged it yet. And that's really Git trying to save you from yourself, trying to save you from getting rid of changes, because once you delete a branch, it's gone. That information is gone. Those changes are gone and you can't roll back to it. So you can force it to delete a branch by doing this. You can say git branch -D and then type in bug fix. We don't need to do this for bug fix, but I'm just kind of showing you the different types of syntax that you've got. That does a force delete, and it means it'll delete it whether it's been merged or not. Okay, so just to give you a brief summary here, branching and merging. I know it seems like we've been working on them for a while, but I promise you that we've only scratched the surface of those two topics. They're probably the two most complex topics out there that you can learn when using Git, and there's a lot to them. As your projects become more complex and you find yourself with multiple branches and different project states, you're going to have to be really careful in terms of how you manage your branches for merging and committing them. If there's any topic that I would highly recommend that you research further when you start using Git, it would be branching and merging.